Hey everybody, welcome back to 6 Wins Best Male Actor Bracket. My name is Matt. This is Chris. We're going to talk about a couple matchups. In the first matchup we're talking about in this video, we had a little bet on this one, didn't we, Chris?
I have Denzel.
Yeah.
You
I'll
have
take
Steve Carrell. And whoever the voters have move on, if your pick loses, you have to go out and do some sort of embarrassing thing.
Yeah.
I think it should also be decided by our followers and subscribers.
We're talking about number 2 seed Denzel Washington versus the number 7 seed Steve Carrell. And you're a big Denzel fan. And you were like, Denzel, you were thinking he might even go to the Final Four, come out of this region with Tom Hanks as a 1. And I said, whoa, not so fast. I said, Steve Carell's pretty popular. Do I think he's a better actor? No. But I thought, I've just had this feeling that there's a big swell of Steve Carell popularity. So we made a bet. If Denzel won, there would be a punishment for me suggested by our viewers or something that Chris came up with that I would do. And if Steve Carell won, vice versa. It would be something that Chris would have to do. So first, should we talk about the result?
I think so.
Yeah.
And to clarify a little bit, so I put my money on Denzel to move on.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of the opposite because I just keeping an ear to the ground, hearing what people had to say. I had a good feeling Denzel was moving on. I actually prefer Steve Carell as an actor. As an actor,
Yeah.
I think he has more range. I think Denzel is awesome at playing like the untouchable cool guy. And whatever he does, he's like, oh, he's cool. Like in person, he's cool. Like I'm a huge Denzel fan. Don't get me wrong. But if we're just boiling it down to acting, I think I'm a bigger Carell fan. But so my prediction was on Denzel to move on. My preference, if I was voting, I would vote Steve Carell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think my sources, I think this is where my sources and my rumor mill really hurt me. I kind of got all of my information about Steve Carell's popularity from dating apps. Because, like, every girl is like, The Office is my favorite show. I'm like, ladies are going to be voting for Steve Carell out the waz. Mm-hmm. So, I was pretty sure they'd come through for me.
Yeah. Unfortunately, only 3 ladies follow us and vote in our polls. And I'm not on dating apps. I'm married, of course. Yeah, so we need to put up more, like, hot bodies on our page to get the women involved in our page. But when it was all said and done, the votes came in and... surprise, surprise. Denzel Washington is moving on to the Sweet 16. Carell had a good showing.
Yeah.
But we've come up with Matt's punishment for losing the bet.
Oh, no.
And this is what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to have him call a restaurant. I'm thinking P.F. Chang's. And we're going to make a bracket before he calls. And he's going to talk to the takeout person, and he's going to ask what the takeout person's preference is, and just say, well, what's better, the Mongolian beef or the Chang's chicken? And then they're not going to know, but we're going to work our way through the bracket until a winner is crowned. And then by the end of it, he's just going to be like, okay, thanks.
We're going to do air raid sirens in the back when we get to, all right, we're down to the last 2, maybe. Yeah. So you told me these 2, between these 2, which would you pick? And then I'll like scream, oh my God, that's the winner. All right, bye, thanks.
Yeah. My money's on the chicken lettuce wraps.
Really?
They're good.
I've never had them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's, I think it's good natured and like a good, like practical joke and prank. I don't want to do it, but I think it'll be at least not the most humiliating to do. So
right.
I think it's a good one.
Right. And what we talked about is like the goal of it is to make it so you don't want to lose. You don't want to do it, but it'll be funny for people to watch you do it. And there's nobody that's like the butt of the joke. Yeah. Like we're going to call when it's not like rush hour. It's not like 7 p.m. on a Saturday to where like you're holding people up. It's going to be like 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Yeah. When they're dead anyway. So that was our thought process behind there, but we're going to shoot that probably within the next week, so look forward to that.
Yeah, and yeah, we also just didn't want to do something that like wouldn't really be like shootable, right? Because we wanted you guys to see it so that you have some stake in it. Yeah.
Ooh, steak, Mongolian beef.
Mongolian beef. Well, so yeah, Denzel moving on. The ladies of dating apps once again let me down. You can make it up to me by sliding into my DMs. please. All right, so we're going to talk about one more matchup, though.
Let's do it.
This one was between our number 3 seed, Morgan Freeman, and our number 6 seed, Kevin Spacey. What were your thoughts on this matchup? Was there a clear choice that you thought was going to win when we saw this one?
It felt weird because Kevin Spacey's got all the accusations, but it's a better actor. It's a better actor bracket. It's a better actor tournament. I think Kevin Spacey's the better actor. He's like one of those people that I feel were like born to be actors. They're just such nuance to like the movements in the face, and it's all like calculated and from House of Cards to like even Horrible Bosses, where he just plays like a supporting role and like a comedic character. Dude had range. It's a shame he was kind of a weirdo behind the scenes, but if I'm voting Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like objectively looking at it and just picking, observing acting, it's hard to say that Kevin Spacey isn't an actor that could beat a lot of people on this list. He obviously started with a lot of like theatrical productions and was in like a lot of live theater, and had a very successful like career and successful performances there. So yeah, I think honestly, had there been no allegations, I think Spacey, I probably would have thought he would have won. But I think it's like, it's different than like being in a trial with like Amber Heard for like domestic violence, or like slapping a comedian, or like some of these other things. Like these are pretty rough, allegations. I think it is hard for people to separate it. And also Morgan Freeman's a really good actor as well. I would say at least a lot of his recent roles, I think we all kind of picture him as kind of the same character a lot. Mm-hmm. But he's had a lot more varied roles throughout his whole career. You just have to look a bit further back to find them.
Yeah.
Probably just getting those easy paydays for doing the same thing again and again. So
right.
Yeah.
I think my favorite Morgan Freeman like scene is in Shawshank Redemption, when it shows throughout the movie, like, they're like, do you think you've been rehabilitated? They're in prison if you've never seen the movie.
Yeah.
And he keeps going, rehabilitated? Yeah, I'm rehabilitated. I'm ready to go out. And they keep denying him. Then the last time he goes in, they're like, well, what do you think? You think rehabilitated?
Rehabilitated? It's just a bullshit word. So you go on and stamp your form, Sonny, and stop wasting my time. Because to tell you the truth, I don't give a shit.
He does not give a shit. And he's just like, no, I think it's a made-up word so people like you can have a job. So go ahead, stamp your paper, because I don't really give a shit. And then they stamp it, it's approved. So, like, I don't know. I just think that scene is super badass.
Yeah. Right
so who ended up moving on with Spacey and Freeman?
Yeah, the winner of this matchup was Morgan Freeman. So he was the higher seed. Mm-hmm. He was probably somebody we both thought would win. Mm-hmm. Maybe not because of completely taking into account only acting reasons, mm-hmm. but he's moving on, and he will probably put up a decent challenge in his next matchup. He could win. He'll probably be going up against a 2 seed, so he might not be favored, but he could pull an upset. So we'll see how Morgan Freeman and Denzel Washington continue to do. Mm-hmm. And catch you next time.